So on behalf of the Multicultural Club, it's an immense honor today to present to you a wonderful performance to celebrate both Black History Month and the carnival that usually takes place in several cities in Brazil. And I'm pleased to introduce you to the North Carolina Brazilian Arts Project, which aims to promote Afro-Brazilian arts such as samba and capoeira that you're going to see today. And I have the honor to be one of their students mostly for samba, but I've done a little bit of capoeira too. I'm getting there. I'm not as good as they are, but they make my heart so happy, so I hope they can transmit that energy to you. I'm sure they will. So feel free to participate, cheer up the artists, clap your hands, and join me in giving them a round of applause as we get the commemoration started.
Hello everyone, thank you so much, Stanley Community College, for welcoming us. We're really happy to be here to celebrate Black History Month and to also talk a lot about the African diaspora and how it manifests in Brazil and how the history of the African diaspora in Brazil has given us here in North Carolina and throughout the world an incredible manifestation of technology for joy, for resisting oppression, for making friends, and for building community. So we're here to demonstrate how that's done with our bodies, but the message really comes from the people that were forced from Africa, and they brought their culture, they brought their spirituality, they brought their movement and their art, their artistry and their joy, and they were all forced to be mixed together, but they created these art forms of samba, which there are a million different types of samba. It's sort of like saying like, oh, what kind of jazz? Like there's so many different types of jazz. So we're gonna just demonstrate two kinds of samba today. One in particular from the city called Rio de Janeiro, okay, Rio de Janeiro in Portuguese, and then one that originates from the state of Bahia, specifically in the area called the Recôncavo in Bahia. And we're also going to talk about and demonstrate capoeira. It's an African Brazilian martial art that was utilized to resist against the slave owners and to free themselves so they could create their own communities outside of their forced enslavement called quilombos. And so both of these things are just completely rich with history. And we have also some capoeira students here. One of our instructors and performers, Reba Bowens from Q City Jinga, isn't here today, but we've got some of her little folks who have been working hard training with her. So they're gonna help us demonstrate capoeira and show us how it helps us make friends and build community. So we're gonna start today. I'll introduce everybody, and I'm gonna talk specifically about Samba no Pé from Rio, which will also kind of just, you'll see why I'm wearing this, for example, and I'll talk a little bit about the headdress that's right here. But first I'd like to introduce Juan Pablo Blanco. He's one of our directors, and we have, we can save our applause to the end for like a big applause. And then we have the beautiful Cara Amazonas. She's a wonderful percussionist and capoeirista and dancer. And we have Dan Batuqueiro, and we have Edgar, and we have Albert, who's a wonderful dancer and percussionist, and we have our amazing capoeirista Wesley and percussionist here joining us. So, and my name is Adriana Blanco, and I'm one of the directors and founders of the North Carolina Brazilian Arts Project. So, what we're gonna demo today is called Samba no Pé. Samba no Pé is it's how samba, it started, the roots of it, in kitchens with women, with plates and knives, making their own beats, their ancestral beats, and singing and dancing about their lives, their day-to-day lives. From there, it started to grow and evolve as people migrated from different parts, like port cities in Brazil. They started migrating to different more urban areas throughout Brazil. So in Rio, in the city of Rio, which is one of the older capitals, no longer capital of Brazil, it's a cultural capital of Brazil, that's for sure, or a cultural capital. It started to create its own version of samba music and samba culture. So the dress that I'm wearing and the music that we're gonna be playing is representative of the samba schools, which are community centers that bring people together in neighborhoods to learn how to play instruments, to dance, to sing, and to talk about their culture and their day-to-day lives, and to uplift themselves in the face of ongoing oppression. Even after slavery was abolished, it was the last country in the world, Brazil, to abolish slavery. So even after slavery was abolished, of course, we know there's still massive amounts of oppression, and so this is how the communities would lift themselves up. And we're honored to be guests of this culture and to be able to participate and representing as best as we can, even though we're not African Brazilian. So I want to talk about the instruments first. Again, these instruments were not the original instruments that were used in samba. This is a development, this is evolution, for example. So we have the repinique, which Juan Pablo's playing here. He can play a little beat for you. Is going to help him with the repinique as well. You see they're different sizes. They play different aspects of the rhythm. One, the repinique many times is sort of the leader and initiates the call and response aspect of the percussion. And then we have Dan, who's got the tamborim here. He's going to show us a little bit. Yeah. Then we have Edgar with the surdo. This is the heartbeat. Every samba school has a little bit of a different combination of surdos. Here we're using 3. This is the heartbeat of the rhythm. You can't do much without the bass and the heartbeat. Alberto and Wesley, they're going to play the caixa, or as we can recognize this drum here in the United States as the snare drum. So if y'all could go for it. Okay, so now you get a little mini intro to the way these drums sound separately. You can see that many of these drums are representative throughout the diaspora here in the United States and in the Caribbean, all over the world. You'll see these similarities. Okay, so now I'm gonna demonstrate Samba no Pé. I would love to have some folks come down here with me. I need to warm up my body. We drove like an hour. I haven't gotten to do a nice warm up. If anyone wants to learn a few steps of Samba no Pé, and then I will demonstrate, of course, what it looks like. It's a very fun dance with a lot of fast footwork. But if anybody wants to come down and give it a shot, we can warm up together, warm up our hips, warm up our feet, and do a little bit together before I go into my demo. Anybody want to try? Let's do it. Liani's like ready. I totally need folks. Don't be shy. It'll be really fun. We'll do some simple stuff, and then I'll let you sit down, and then you can observe the demonstration. Come on down, and we're gonna have our drummers give us a nice basic. Yeah, we just need 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, come on. Let's go. I was looking at y'all. I was like, come on. I mean. Okay, so as y'all are coming down, this beat is predicated by the 1, 2, 3. So we're gonna start by clapping. We're gonna move our hips, and then we're gonna move our feet. I'm gonna shift away from the microphone because I can't dance and be on the mic at the same time, but I think y'all will be able to hear me. So if our drummers could give us a nice beat, a nice slow miudinho beat, and we'll go from there. Okay, let's go. sharing space, and celebrating yourself. So I'm gonna demonstrate a pose, but if you have another one that feels better for you, you can do that one, okay? So I'll demo this pose, and we're gonna do that after 8 counts of samba, okay? So the pose, after we finish, we go 5, 6, 7, 8, and we're just gonna go down. You're gonna gather, and then open up, okay? But if you're like here, or here, all that's completely fine. All those things, okay? Let's go from the top. Ready? Little ladder, please. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Open, close, and 1, 2, 3. 2, 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 3. 4, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7, 8. Open, close, and 1, 2, 3. 4, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7, 8. Open, close, and 1, 2, 3. 4, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7, 8. Open, close, and 1, 2, 3. 4, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7, 8. Open, close, and 1, 2, 3. 4, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7, 8. Open, close, and 1, 2, 3. 4, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7, 8. Open, close, and 1, 2, 3. 4, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7, 8. Open, close, and 1, 2, 3. 4, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7, 8. Open, close, and 1, 2, 3. 4, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7, 8. Open, close, and 1, 2, 3. 4, 2, 3. 5, Thank you, Mommy. You did great. Okay, I will demo a little bit. I appreciate y'all. That helped me warm up, and your energy was really helpful. I'll do a little demo of samba, okay? Before we get started with capoeira, okay? So thank you so much. one last thing I forgot to talk about. I have this headpiece here.
Breathe.
I know, breathe. I gotta calm down. It gives so much energy though. So I'm not wearing it right now because we try to be as close to cultural integrity as possible, even though we do understand that we can't reproduce everything that happens in Brazil here in the United States. A lot of folks, when they think samba, they immediately think about the Carnival costumes. So samba, like I said, is a movement against oppression, resistance against oppression, nothing to do with Carnival, really, actually. So it became a part of Carnival culture because of colonization. Carnival, as you remember, is a Catholic holiday that was forced upon the indigenous and the people forced into slavery in Brazil. So they made it their own and created their own culture within that holiday. So I don't like to say that samba is about Carnival because it's not necessarily about Carnival to start with. But nowadays, they have claimed it for themselves and created this incredible culture and movement with it, using it, okay? And so this is representative of what a queen of the drums would wear. Feathers, a bikini. They celebrate the bodies and think about the bodies very differently in samba culture, right? Depending on what type of samba. So they're not scandalized by legs and body parts because it's just a part of the human body, and there's really nothing to be scandalized about. So the costumes are small and revealing, but just to celebrate the human body for what it is. And you'll see a lot of jewels, feathers, and representation of a lot of queenliness, and what I'm wearing right now is what folks would wear, the dancers would wear at a rehearsal or at a show at another samba school, not necessarily what they would be wearing during Carnival. So I just wanted to clarify that and show you what a headpiece can look like from up close, okay? So thank you, and we're gonna get started with the capoeira portion of our presentation. Thank you.
Pandero. So in USA, we call this as a tambourine. In the Brazilian culture, this is the pandero, okay? We use it in the capoeira. I'm going to be introducing some of the instruments that we use in capoeira. Capoeira is an Afro-Brazilian martial art, but it's a martial art hiding the dance. Okay, it's a way the African slaves were available to start and defend themselves and learn how to defend themselves, hiding the martial arts inside of the dance. So very important for being able to dance, you need music, you need instruments. So the pandero is one of them. And then we have this one here. This one looks like what?
Bow and arrow.
Or an arrow. What else? Fishing rod. Yeah, it looks like all that. Bow is also an instrument called beating bow. The beating bow is the main instrument inside of the capoeira. This is the instrument we'll say how's gonna be the game in capoeira, okay? We call game because it's a game. It's no, we're not calling it as a fight. So in capoeira is a game. You're gonna be playing capoeira with your friend, with your partner. Okay. I'm gonna do a little introduction here for the beating bow. speed and different rhythms. That rhythm that we just see was the rhythm for Capoeira Angola. So we have other rhythms that can go a little faster, like we have samba and the beating bow as well. Like for example. That's what we use for samba de roda. Is the roots of the samba. Before all these instruments came, it was this one first, and the drums, the regular drums with wood and leather. So that's what they used to use first, and then the evolution, and they go to the streets and all that for do the carnival, and then we have the aluminum and other materials. And they became a little bigger and stronger for go to the streets. But the roots are from here, okay? So now, before we start the capoeira performance, we're gonna do the same how we did with the samba. I would like to have 4 volunteers. I already know I have more than 4 today. But let's start with 4, and if we have more, even better. Okay, let's go down here.
Let's go, Capoeiristas. You know who you are. Let's go.
Good, good, ready? Who's gonna do the back trick today?
I can't do it.
You gonna do it?
No, I can't.
Ah. She gonna do it? No? You? Maybe I do. Okay. Okay. First, we're gonna start with the main step in the capoeira. We call ginga, okay? Ginga is everything in the capoeira. It's where everything starts and where everything finishes, okay? Let's split up a little bit here. Go here, go a little forward, a little bit back, a little bit forward, a little bit back. So, we're gonna start here from the paralela, and I'm gonna go here. And then we're gonna start step a little bit back. So, same leg as me. Same leg as you. Open a little bit more. Good. Open more. Hey. 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 Now I'm going to use my arms. Hey. Hey. Now just your arm here. Boom. Ginga. Good. There you go. Okay, paro. Here. Paralela. And we're gonna do a kick. Okay, we call meia lua de frente. Every name in capoeira is in Portuguese. Okay, we're gonna call this the name of the kick meia lua de frente. So we're gonna go right circle and go down. Left circle, go down. So 1, 2, us are good? Good? Okay. Now, we're gonna go for one esquiva. You know the esquiva? Remember? Will you give your house? Ah, you know. Okay, so we're gonna go here from the paralela, and you're gonna build your house. We're gonna do the esquiva called cocorina. Here you protect your head and go up. Protect your head, go up. Let's do 10. Or how's this leg strong? How's the next feeling? Burning? Oh. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, relax a little bit. Now, let's put it together. Yeah? Put it together. Okay, let's do a little half moon here. Here. Yeah. A little half moon like this.
Half circle here. We practice a little bit, and then y'all fill in.
Yeah, facing out. Yes. A circle. Facing. Yes. Okay. Ha, ha. Let's put it together. So we're gonna go. I'm gonna go with you guys and try to do it 2 by 2. Okay, begin and escape with this. Okay? If you're on your chair, you can do it too. Okay? Try. My friend here. You ready? Okay. Here. 1, 2, 3. Go down. Ah. Yes. 2, 3 again. Good. Now you feel. Ah, very good. Other side. Now this way. Ah, okay. Put your hands together. Go here now. Ready? Wow. Go. 1, 2, 3. Go down. Yes, up. No. Push. Okay, go down. Good. Now you feel. Ready? good. So, how you see, everybody can do capoeira. Everybody's able to do it. You just have to, start, go little by little. And it's always a door open to practice capoeira and samba. We also teach all this art that you're seeing here in the Charlotte area. Feel more than welcome to come and visit us. And now we're going to perform a little bit of the capoeira a little faster, okay? We're going to do it with the samba reggae. Let's go.
Thank you, y'all. Thank you all.
Calma, bateria. so much. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys learn a little bit today about the Afro-Brazilian culture. Before we finish, because we are a performance group, but we also teach and explain out the world of the culture, we're gonna do one last exercise. Can you guys say sing? Now? Okay, you just say yes and no in Portuguese. Okay? Can you guys say tudo bem? Tudo bem? Tudo bem? You say everything's good? Okay? Everything's good. Last one, very important because, pay attention because we have to go. Não falo português. Go. Não falo português. Não falo português. You just say, I don't speak Portuguese. Okay, now you know how to say yes, no, everything's good. I don't speak Portuguese. You're ready to go to Brazil. Okay, thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoy it. And if you like it and you have videos and pictures, you can tag us NC Brazilian Arts Project. Feel free to tag us and spread out the word with us, okay? Together we're stronger. Thank you.